Today we are taking one final walk through Alexandra Park before it transforms into something completely new. Alexandra Park is one of the largest government housing projects in Toronto, and it is now being redeveloped into a mix of government housing, condos, retail stores, and I think they're going to have some market rental apartments too. The Alexandra Park neighborhood is located just west of Chinatown, right between Chinatown and Alexandra Park, which is where it gets its name. It runs south from Dundas Street West, halfway down to Queen Street West. So it's a fairly large downtown neighborhood. Later on, near the end of the video, I'll be showing you some of the new condos that have gone up and one that's just in the process of going up. This neighborhood was built in the 1960s. At the time, it had one of the largest African Canadian communities in the city, but it also has large numbers of people from the Caribbean, from China, and Vietnam. In the 1990s, the area had problems with drug dealing and violence, but over the last decade, you don't really hear much about crime in the neighborhood. The area is mainly townhouses. There's about, I think it's 330 townhouses, and then there's something like 450-ish apartments in the area. Some are co-ops and some are just regular Toronto Community Housing Corporation buildings. But they're all it's all government housing basically. Most of it is rent geared to income. I believe that the townhouses are all going to be replaced with townhouses, the government housing, and the apartment buildings are going to be rebuilt, although some of them are just going to be renovated. The transition is going to take approximately a decade, 10 to 15 years. The reason why they do it with condo developers is because the condo developers get land for a very good price, and the city of Toronto gets housing built, and they also don't have to pay a whole lot for it. So it works for both parties. The condo developers get money from the condos, and the city gets housing built at a very low cost. Right here we are at the eastern section of the neighborhood. We're right near the retail portion of Chinatown at Dundas and Spadina. I believe the condo developer who's developing this is Tridel. Right here is the main north-south corridor through the neighborhood. Walking through here takes you down to Queen Street West. There's more than just housing in this area. Right now, Theatre Pass Marai is also in the neighborhood. There's the Scadding Community Center, Toronto Library. There's a neighborhood learning center. There's an outdoor skating rink that's used as a skateboarding park in the summer. I'm not sure if they're going to rebuild those kinds of things. I know in Regent Park they tore down the community center and rebuilt it with new sporting fields. They built a new aquatic center, new parks. I know they're going to build parks here, and I know they're going to build some kind of other public spaces that cut through the community. They're actually changing all the streets and the whole layout of the place. And also, one of the things that I like about the changes is that the buildings along Dundas Street West are going to have retail on the bottom floor. So it's going to help extend Chinatown further west. And you're going to have new stores, restaurants, so it's going to help animate the neighborhood, make it feel more lively and also safer too, because you'll have more people walking along the street there. Certain parts of Dundas Street West are a little bit dull because there's not that many stores there. So once there's new retail, you'll see a lot more people walking and enjoying the neighborhood. So it'll still probably be a decade before it's all finished, but when it's done, it's going to be much nicer than what you see there. Now the buildings there are from the 60s, so they've been around for a while. They're kind of run down. It's time for change, time to rejuvenate the area. Also, it's good that it brings in a mix of incomes. It used to be a low-income area, and now with the new condos coming in, you'll have people of all different incomes. There's also a hotel in this area, a very discreet one. It used to be a Motel 6, but last time I was by there, they took off the Motel 6 sign, and it's just a motel, but I believe it's still owned by the same company. It's just not listed as a Motel 6. Now, if you go to Chinatown Center, they got like a Motel 8, another one of those discount motel, hotel kinds of things. Over here now, we are coming to the newer part of Alexandra Park. These are the townhouses, and over here you see the new condo that went in. So this is basically what Alexandra Park is going to look like when it's all finished. I mean, all the buildings are going to have a different design, but they're all built by the same developer. So now some of these are condominiums, but also some of the townhouses are government housing that was rebuilt. It's a mix of both. This tower here is the second building to go up. It's a condo, and it's got a rather cool design. This white building beside it is also a condo. That was the very first tower that went up in the new Alexandra Park. Check out the contrast from the old townhouses and then as soon as you cross the street, you see the new townhouses looking all sleek. A little bit too much gray for my liking. I'm not a fan of the color gray, and Toronto has it almost all over the city. That seems to be the favorite color of developers, but what can you do? I'm always complaining to my friends about, look at this gray condo. Too much gray, it's depressing. I love color, so I want to see some vibrant colors once in a while. Camera's a bit shaky. Right here, we're just one block away from Spadina Avenue, the heart of Chinatown. This is the first new building that they built in Alexandra Park. It's a condo, and it's a pretty interesting looking design. I haven't seen any other building in Toronto that looks like this one. It's fairly unique. That's the back of the townhouses there. So I just took a little walk in to show you basically what it looks like from both sides. Almost enclosed balconies. Here you have the front of the new condo. And you got to admit, that is rather cool, don't you think? And this is in a rather cool, artsy, modern kind of neighborhood. A lot of young people live here. A lot of shopping in this area. A lot of restaurants. Used to be a lot of bars before COVID-19. Hopefully they'll come back once the virus is gone. Now we are heading down. We're almost at Queen Street West. So I'll continue walking so you can see what the neighborhood looks like just outside of Alexandra Park along Queen Street. You can feel the funky vibe going on there. And over here we have the new YMCA building. It's a colorful building. And here we are coming to Queen Street West. And as you can see right across the street, you have a cannabis store. Because in Toronto, all across Canada, weed is legal. So here you have a store selling that. As well as clothing stores, stores that sell materials, restaurants, all kinds of stores. Design stores. You name it, Queen Street's got it. Queen Street is one of the major shopping streets in Toronto. If you look straight ahead, this building with the blue awning is the hotel. That used to be a Motel 6. We are now on the western side of Alexandra Park, fairly close to the actual park. It looks rather anonymous, but it is a discount motel. We are now coming to the end of the final tour of the old Alexandra Park. Hope you people enjoyed it. Okay, bye for now.